Hey everyone, and welcome to Sip Happens. Life's too short not to sip and tell, where love, travel, food, and a little bit of chaos all come together.
It's Ben and Dustin. We're partners in life, travel buddies, and occasional food critics.
And we're bringing you real stories from our 16 years together. The good, the messy, hilarious, and sometimes fucked up moments.
We'll be sharing everything from how we met to what it's like starting over in a new city, our throuple journey, our favorite eats, and the random adventures we somehow survive.
Plus, we'll be taking your story requests. So if you want the real behind the scenes scoops, you're in the right place.
We hope you've got a drink.
Because we've got one.
Sounds like it's time to get comfy. Now let's get into it.
Hi, friends. We're back. Or should I say, hey, witches, we're back as summer is officially over. Womp womp. All right, well, let's get started off with our not todays. So, mine would be, and I say this because I've dealt with more gays that say this. So, when I say that, I'm referring to the gays, but it really could be probably a lot of people. But gays who say they live in Atlanta, but you don't live in Atlanta, it's really annoying. Then you post something about here traveling into the city for the weekend, and I'm like, what? And then they get all snappy. It's not my fault you chose to live in Mableton, Columbus, Marietta, Macon, anywhere outside of Atlanta. Like, all of Georgia is not Atlanta. And if when you put your zip code in and it doesn't bring up Atlanta, that means you don't live in Atlanta.
Because ours goes either way.
Right. At our last two places.
Right. It could be Atlanta, but it also could be the little town that we're living in, or the part of town that we're living in.
Yeah. Like, literally one guy lived in Macon, and he tells everybody he lives in Atlanta. That's not...
Honey, them's the sticks of Georgia.
Correct.
You basically Alabama.
You know when you're Atlanta, that's for sure. I also have another one, and this was because I got a lot of hate for it. On my story a couple weeks ago, I posted where I had some Christmas ornaments delivered, and a lot of people had a lot of things to say about it. So I just want to put out there, just because I have them delivered does not mean they're out, and that does not mean they will be out anytime soon.
Well, you have to order them early, or otherwise you don't get shit.
Correct.
You get a red ball. Who wants a red ball? I mean,
Correct.
We have red balls, but
correct.
If you want a cute ornament, you have to get them early.
Those were all things for my food tree. Also, Target, which I know a lot of people are not shopping there. I don't shop there as much, all the things. However, some things I have to get from there, like the Christmas ornaments from my food tree. And they sent 3 different shipments with broken ornaments. And it finally got to the point where they said they can't replace them anymore. So this is why I have to order them mid-August, basically, because this is the shit that I run into. So keep your hate to yourself. And let this be a lesson to you. If you want Christmas ornaments, you need to start early. Also, if you need multiples of things, like we have a few trees that are identical because, you know.
My OCD.
Right. In a dining room, you need 2 that match, and they each need the same exact thing. You have to start that shit early. You can't just bebop into, Target, Walmart, somewhere like that the day before Thanksgiving and expect to get everything you need. Life doesn't work that way. So let this be a lesson to you, and keep your hate to yourself.
So my not today is going on with the gays. So we're on the apps. Yes, I know. It's annoying. Mostly for friends. If something more happens of it, fine. But my expectations are very, very low. But even listing that we're looking for friends, we're new to the area, yada, yada, yada. These boys come in hot. They don't even live here. They're trying to move across the country. They're trying to move in. Bitch, we did that already. Have the spicy deja vu to go along with it. Can we not just be friends? Can we not just talk, chat, do that sort of thing?
And it may lead to more, but don't come in at 1,000 miles per hour.
Right. Just because you're talking to a couple on some stupid app doesn't mean that you're being invited into a relationship or into our home. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, this has happened off and on for years, but lately it seems like it's been a lot more.
Like in the past week.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, now that you mention it, yes, there's that.
So just calm down. We're looking for friends. And if you live across country and you want to come here, that's fine.
I know we're really attractive and really dreamy and all the things, but
Bitch, surely you can find somebody in your zip code or surrounding zip codes. Like, you don't need to fly all the way here and expect to move in with your moving boxes the first time we hang out.
But also, it's just as bad with the boys here.
True. We did talk about the people from other areas, but you're right. It's no different here.
I mean, they can live 15 minutes away.
And he was planning the whole fucking future. And I'm like, bruh, I don't even know your last name. Can we just finish our cocktail before we
right.
get our U-Hauls out? We're not
Right.
lesbians. I mean, the gays are much better, but shit, calm down.
Right.
And then
You at least knew my last name before I accepted a job and told you I was moving in.
this is true. And we had several dates. I mean, they were
Right.
quick and then the same week, but
Because we went on one every day. We were on a speed track, but hey.
here we are almost 17 years later.
Right.
So it can be possible, but don't have that, because we didn't have that expectation.
Hell no.
Like, not even close.
No, if you would have told me I was going to move in 2 weeks later, I would have been like, you are
You would have
stupid.
ghosted, which is what half these boys fucking do.
Right.
Like, they plan our whole fucking future of moving in and doing all the fall festivities and all the things and going to concerts and booking a cruise, and thank God we didn't, because 2 days later, hello, where are you at?
Right.
Oh, we're blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Why are we blocked? Because you couldn't handle this? But define this, because we were hanging out as friends.
Right. I also used my charcuterie skills, and he said it was the prettiest thing he'd ever seen. So
And he drank our wine club wine.
the good stuff,
I'm pissed about that.
not tier 1, tier
Right.
2.
He did
a
offer
lot
pay
of
for
it.
it, but at that point it was the principle of the fact and just fuck off and die.
Yeah,
Not
but
really,
that
but just fuck off.
was also because I may have said some things about that we fed him nice wine. Then he was like, "Oh, let me pay you,"
That was before we were blocked. Since then, we've been blocked.
and we're better off.
We are. He didn't brush his teeth.
Yeah, there's that. He blamed it on his ADHD.
And bitch, I have ADD. That don't mean I'm nasty. I mean,
What a way to start this podcast! Jesus Christ.
okay, well, moving on. Ben's gonna punch me in the face, but my also not today is fucking PSL. Jesus fucking Christ! Like, it's one thing for Starbucks to have the PSL, fine. When we have dude wipes, Dawn dish
Power wash.
That's what it was. I was gonna say dish soap, and I knew that wasn't it. There was something else I saw on the TikToks or the Facebooks or something this week that was also pumpkin spice, and I was like, can we please just give it a rest?
It was body wash.
Maybe that's what it was.
Like, and I trust me, I love a PSL. I don't want to smell like one.
No,
My home can smell like one, sure,
not really,
but I don't want. That's weird.
because I don't even.
And a dude wipe,
Right.
What?
I don't need my booty
No.
hole smelling like pumpkin spice, or anybody else's for that
No.
matter.
right?
Whether I'm going there or not.
You have to draw the pumpkin spice line somewhere, and it's above the waist.
Or on your body in general.
That part.
But let's draw it on. We don't need it on our bodies. And I don't need my dish to smell like it either. There is an exception to pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I won't
And
punch you in the
that's-
face.
That's the candle that we got from T.E. Wilcox.
Yeah, the limited edition that I should have bought 2 of.
He told you should have bought 2.
I know.
There's
Story of my
one
life.
left. There's not now, I'm sure.
It's so pretty. It's like all black. I'm sure y'all have seen it on my story because I post it.
Bitch, love a
often.
story.
Well, sorry about it.
It is. I was a little worried. Ben, we drove, I think we said this on the last podcast, like we jumped in the car and drove all the way across town at, 95 miles an hour. Not really, because Atlanta traffic sucks, especially when you're trying to get somewhere in a hurry. But we did rush over there to get it. And when I first smelled it, I was like, oh, I'm not sure about this.
Also, though, we were like flying to get over there. We were already like in loungy clothes, so we had to like get dressed, lock the dogs up, fly over there.
Because we were seeing the cute boys that own the store, and I can't go in there in my pajamas.
Correct. And we're like literally almost to the front door, and there's a car accident, and so we like couldn't get in.
Bitch, I cut through the Chick-fil-A parking lot and circled the block.
Correct. We were on a mission. And then he was like, I would have held this for you.
But we
which I know
had,
he would have, but
yeah, and we had plans the
I don't
next
like to be that
day,
person.
so we couldn't have gone the next day, and then it would have been a whole thing. And we made it. We had some bubbles, and I don't hate it. It smelled strong smelling it in the vessel that it's in, but it's not overpowering because I can't do sweet. I can't do overpowering smells. Some of our family loves to give us super scented candles, and
Like sweet pumpkin cinnamon roll French toast.
then we regift them back to the family
There's
because I
that.
can't do it. It gives me a headache, and they know this, and they still fucking give them to me as a gift. Even if you give it to Ben, it's still going to be in our home. Like, fuck
God,
you.
Dustin, it's been 17 years. Do you think they would have learned by now or something?
I'm still waiting on my scrapbook. I don't want it, but I'm still waiting.
Moving on. Clearly, you're in rare form.
You told me to drink my martini, so I would be social.
Okay, well, now that you're being social, you want to talk about what we're sipping on?
So, y'all know I love a pickle. Yes, awkward silence for a second. But I do love a dill pickle. And so we bought this Dirty Dat that's cocktail mixers from New Orleans because y'all know I love a New Orleans. BT Dub's been surprising me with a trip to Mardi Gras for New Orleans or in New Orleans this year, so I'm excited about that. Um, but yeah, so it's a dirty or not dirty. We had the dirty martini mix. Ben was not a fan of it, but we also found the dill pickle.
Oh, I like the dirty. It just was a
Oh,
lot.
I didn't think you liked it.
No, it was a really big bottle. So after I finally just had to throw it out because it'd been a long time, but
Oh,
it was
gotcha.
just you didn't need much of it at all.
Well, the pickle's the complete opposite,
You need the whole bottle.
and you still didn't taste much pickle. So I'm a little disappointed. Like it smelled like a pickle. There wasn't the even adding way more of the mixer than I normally would add to a vodka martini. It still just didn't have much of a pickle taste to it. I will say, farmers market last weekend,
Yes.
we met this sweet little lady. She had all pickle things. And so we bought some pickle spears from her that were spicy garlic, dill pickle spears. Um, and so we used that as a little garnish. So that added a little extra dill to it.
They're really like you can tell they're handmade with love.
They are.
They're
My
really
only
good.
complaint about them is they're a little softer than I would like for them to be as a pickle, but they're
You mean a
handmade.
dickle?
A dickle, yes. He's such an asshole. But I could blame it on my ADD because my brain processes faster than my mouth can. But I'm not one of those guys, and I brush my teeth. Anyways, so they are a little soft for a pickle than I prefer, but they are very good. You can tell they're made with love. She was super nice. She had like all of her pickles that she had, like anything you could think of was pickled. And she had a sample of every single thing that she was selling. So I appreciated that because sometimes you just never know what it's going to be like getting some homemade stuff like that.
For sure.
So I appreciated her having the samples, and I appreciated her having this nifty little contraption. So we weren't finger fucking her samples.
The kumquats.
Right. If you don't know that reference, go back a few episodes and listen to the kumquats. I think it's like an olive picker, something that you use in the jar, but it was very handy for what she had. It looked like a head scratcher thing, like the people try to sell in the mall, but on a micro version that has a little thing at the end of it to like push down and it opens up the little claws and grabs it. I was doing hand motions, so I know y'all can totally see that.
He was.
But it was nice that she was also sanitary about it because y'all know I'm a germaphobe. But my favorite thing from there that we got from her are called frog balls. They're tiny little Brussels sprouts, and she pickles those with some garlic and some heat, and they're very, very tasty.
I love a Brussels sprout. Like,
yes,
we eat them weekly, probably.
At
Like,
least.
we always have them in the house, always. We've done multiple different things. Every Thanksgiving, you make a Brussels sprout au gratin that my family
my
like.
sister-in-law will not let me in the house if I don't have it.
Correct. So, I mean, they're always a staple around here. So I was surprised to find them in a way that we hadn't had them before. And they did not disappoint for sure.
Not at all.
Okay, well, now that we're basically still in the opening credits and we've talked about Dickles and Kumquats,
And we're 15 minutes in.
welcome back, y'all. I know you missed us.
All right, let's move on to some other shit shows topics that we're going to talk about. So, what we're actually talking about is the end of summer that ends tomorrow. Are we actually ready for summer to be over? I know I kind of am. I'm not ready for winter, so y'all don't come for me. Because I know there's people that come for us that enjoy the cooler weather. So I'm not ready for winter, but I am ready for some cooler days. So I'm ready for summer to be over.
I'm not ready for pool season to be over, but I feel like my body is literally starting to reject rosé.
Yeah.
Like we went and had a bottle the other day, and it was a little rough.
It was. So I definitely think that things are changing.
I think I've met my quota.
Yes. So I'm ready for some. I'm even okay with some whites, but I need them to be a bolder white.
Preferably international.
That part. And definitely some reds. Also,
A lot of reds. A lot of reds. I'm ready for that, for sure. Are there any end of summer stories that come to mind? The only one I really could think of was just the time we went to Garden City and it was end of summer and you got so sunburned. You had horrible sun poisoning.
Oh my god, that was terrible. And the bad part is the sun wasn't even out.
And you were still under an umbrella.
And I was under an umbrella. Like it was cloudy, and I know, especially now, I know those are the worst days. But I was also under the umbrella the entire time. And when we got off the beach, like I could just feel that my skin was on fire. And so I was working actually at the clinic that Ben worked at for an implementation. And his manager, who is also a really good friend of ours, she was like, "You look rough." And I was like, "Yeah, my back is on fire." She was like, "What did you do?" And I told her we went to the beach. She already knew that because she followed us on socials. She was like, "You need to come in the exam room." And so we went in there and I took my shirt off and she was like, "Holy shit." I was like, "What?" She was like, "You have whelps on your back that are at least a quarter size, like all the way across and down your back." I was like, "Oh, that might be why I'm in pain."
There's that.
So she's a medical assistant by trade. So she drained all of my little, I hate to say the word, but my little pus pockets on my back. And then gave me burn ointment. And so I had to lather them up, which I was already in pain. But then after those had been drained, then as they continued to, I hate the word, produce the nastiness of that for the healing process, then it would stick to my undershirt. And so then when I got home that night and trying to pull it off was the worst fucking feeling of my life.
If y'all just turn this off now, I wouldn't be mad at you. I get it.
Because I'm about to turn it off because it's bringing back PTSD. So from that point forward, I'm very, very conscious of sunscreen.
Also, we only use Sunbum. There's no other way. It's expensive as hell, and it's worth it. Take my money.
Yes, because it's the only thing that doesn't make me feel disgusting after applying it. It covers very well. It seems to have the best protection.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very conscious of
and
using.
It smells good.
It does smell good. So I'm very conscious after that experience of using sunscreen. I'm not as good as I should be, and our friend Wendy will fuss at me. And because of her dad going through skin cancer, like I'm even more cautious of it now. Because I'm very fair skinned. But yeah, that was not fun.
Yeah, and then there was the time that we were going on. Well, this isn't end of summer, but speaking of sunscreen, that we forgot to pack any, so we had to have it Ubered
Yeah,
to
DoorDash
to our hotel. 2 bottles were $75.
I think I got 3 bottles.
Fort Lauderdale. Oh well, you live, you learn.
Yeah,
and then you get some
because I mean, it would have been just as expensive on the ship, I'm sure.
Probably more,
and it wouldn't have been Sunbum.
No, it would have been some Bobo brand.
Right. the Equate version that they just put the celebrity logo on.
Gross.
So, anyways, am I next?
Okay, so let's talk about some summer highlights. So this was really our first full summer in Atlanta. Um, it doesn't really seem that way because last summer we were here a lot.
A lot.
Like we were here like every other weekend, probably,
Probably more than
or
that because our
more.
house was on the market at this point last year. So we were down
True.
here probably every weekend.
Yeah, we were here a lot. So this doesn't really seem like a full summer here, but or I mean, it doesn't seem like our first. Is what I'm getting at. But I guess it was our first full. But what all did our summer involve?
Well, as we mentioned, there was lots of rosé.
Lots.
Um,
It was basically our blood type.
it was, but like we said, it's can tell that the seasons are changing because so are my taste buds.
The body's rejecting it.
Right. We also had a lot of concerts that we went to. We started this wonderful podcast that all you love to listen to, or at least you tell us that to our faces and over text. So I hope that's the case.
They're upset when there's not one, so there's
Right.
that.
And here we are making a shit show of another one.
Right.
So you're welcome. We also had a lot of really, really good wines over the summer, thanks to one of our really best friends in the area in the wine shop. Albarino was probably my favorite. That one of the I don't know that he's really a somm, but he might as well be because he picks out all the really good wines.
Hmm.
So Albarino, the Garzon specifically.
Well, that's
not,
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, not the crew. The crew Albarino's not
No.
good. CRU, don't do it.
Also, the Garzon Red is
That's also
chef's
good.
kiss. Yeah, there were several Sundays spent on the Beltline. My never-ending chicken nugget tour of Atlanta is always continuing. A lot of brunches with some good friends, and just making some really good memories with friends that we've made here.
And one of those brunches was completely vegan.
It was. That was our first vegan experience.
It was interesting.
I could eat those $1,000,000 potatoes all day, every day.
Well, not anymore because they're closed.
Well, and I'm still waiting on my third drink there because I never brought it.
Right. They were very slow with cocktails. And the Bang Bang broccoli was
That
on
was good.
fire.
That was really
I
good.
feel like we may have talked about this before, but we're going to circle back because it was pretty decent.
Yeah, that was worthy.
It was good. So the bittersweet transition from summer to fall, what are you going to miss the most?
Well, probably pool time because I feel like the summer was just busy with trauma and life and moving and painting and all the things. So I just didn't get as much pool time in as I would have liked.
Yeah, you're not nearly as dark as you normally are this time
I
of year.
know, and it's a real bummer. I would go to the tanning bed, but you're not supposed to do that. So, and I don't want to spray tan. Ugh. Anyways, I would say like time, but we never got any this year.
I know. If anybody wants to buy a boat, ours is still for sale.
She's beautiful.
She's amazing, and I love her, but I'm just not comfortable with the docking situation here because I'm still very much a beginner at boating, and so it's very nerve-wracking, and it's also on a good day 45 minutes away from us.
Yeah, so it's not. It takes planning.
And we were just spoiled of getting up on a Sunday after sleeping in late and being like, let's go get on the boat. Why not? And it
Right.
was a 2-minute drive and 5 minutes getting in the water with a
Right.
dock.
We go to Teeter, grab subs and beer, and head out.
And the boat ramps here just don't have docks, and I don't understand.
Yeah, or if you live here and you want to help us go out, then holler.
But be prepared because I'm an asshole when I'm trying to get the boat in and out of the water.
Just when you're getting the boat in and out of the water?
I knew you were going to say that. Jesus Christ. Specifically when I'm getting the boat in and out of the water.
Yeah, it is heightened then.
Yes. And be prepared to get wet and try to get the boat on the trailer because that happened when we brought the boat down to Lake Oconee a few years ago. And it was the same type situation. There was no dock, and we had friends that, well, ex-friends that were there, thankfully. One of them was very nice and helped guide the boat back on the trailer while the other one sat in the car
I had a
and
bitch fit in the
pouted.
back seat.
When he's the butchest one and went to Citadel and acts like he is such a manly man, and bitch was pouting in the back seat. Moving on.
All right,
Before we
another
go down
thing.
another rabbit
Right.
hole.
Another thing I think would just be all my plants are gonna die off, and I worked really hard on them. And where we live now, everybody comments on them all the time, and everybody knows which places ours due to them. Um,
I mean, you do
and the
have them
hummingbirds, and
strategically placed so that everybody can see them against
well,
the
yeah,
railing.
I worked hard on them.
You worked a lot of hard on them.
Go back to your dickle, okay? Rude. And the hummingbirds have really loved them
Yeah,
here, and our plants have like thrived way more here than they did at our last
yeah.
place.
Our plants were also miserable where we were at last time.
Yeah,
So it has nice because we bought this really cool plant called a, I think it's a desert rose. I'm looking at it through the patio
yeah.
door. It looks like a bonsai tree, like for the base, kind of. Um, but it's supposed to be a desert rose. It hasn't bloomed yet, but the flowers are supposed to be really pretty. But my point is, at the last place, we thought it was dead. So we still moved it and we're like, well, we'll just water it and see if something happens. Honey, she's living her best life. She's got like 5 new branches and she's full of leaves. So
Hmm.
if we can keep her alive through the winter, I'm not sure how we're going to do that. Um, but hopefully she'll bloom next year because she's living her best little life out there on the little patio.
Yeah, our rose bush was like that too.
Yeah, she had little blooms on her, so maybe she's not dead completely.
Maybe not, but our patio is bigger here, so we can put Christmas trees out there. So
Which I'm excited for because
y'all
last
get
year I
prepared.
did buy a Christmas tree to go on the patio. It
There's
would have
that.
fit on our last patio, but it was going to fit much better here.
There is that.
And they'll really know the gays are here because who else is going to put a 9.5 foot Christmas tree on their patio? Me.
There's that. The same guys who have 95 plants out there,
That part.
but they're nice, pretty plants, and they're strategically placed. We're not crazy. And also, I bought my first pumpkin today that's out there, thanks to Sam's.
You did buy your first pumpkin.
All right, back to the question. Sorry.
Yeah. That's for your next question about your pumpkin. So the things that I'm gonna miss are definitely the longer days because it's just sad when it gets dark before 8 o'clock because we're up way later than we should be. So when it's dark before 8 o'clock, maybe we'll start going to bed early, but I doubt it. We'll just find some trash TV to watch and still stay up way later than we should. I'm also gonna miss my micro shorts.
Your diapers.
They're micro shorts, thanks to a friend that reached out and told me the proper name for them.
Jeez.
But I have bought some fun new pants. They're probably more spring, but bitch, I don't live in those guidelines. I'm gonna wear them in the fall if I want to. I also wear white after Labor Day because it's not 1940. I'll wear white when I want to fucking wear white. So I'm gonna wear my bright pastel colored pants in the fall.
Because you needed more pants.
I did. These are chubbies, and they're on sale.
You have
and
more
they're
pants
super
than I have
cute.
shoes, so
Nobody asked you,
wow.
but you do have a lot of shoes.
Not as many pairs of pants as you have, though.
Whatever.
All right, so let's talk about looking ahead. Some fall things that we're excited for. I would say concert season began this past Friday for us. We went and saw Debbie Dawson, who is a little like pop girl. I found her on TikTok, and then I saw that she was going to be here at Little 5 Points, Owl 5, which that venue is the size of my shoe. But it was really
Speaking
good.
of shoes,
Well, she was really 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 good. She's extremely talented, and her vocals were insane.
yeah, I was not sure. Like her vocals on her pre-recorded stuff were great, but you just never know, especially somebody that's just starting out. Are their vocals going to at least be somewhat equivalent to their recording in real life?
Hmm.
She definitely was. She was so much fun. You can tell she's new. She was so cute. There's one part that she knew it was a smaller venue, so she stopped at the Dollar Tree and bought this little snow globe looking thing that had like LED lights that shined up, and she thought it was gonna like project through the whole building. It did not, but bless her heart, she was so cute.
She was trying.
She was trying. I don't know. She was a little ditzy, and I wondered if that was part of her act or if that's just who she is. I loved it either way. Like it was a
I
lot of
think it's who
fun.
she is.
I don't know.
Her
It's just cute seeing somebody that doesn't
yeah.
expect people to fangirl and have fun at her concert. Um, but she was just really into it, and it was a lot of fun.
Her voice was really cute too. Like she just it was just a little high pitched voice. I don't know. Just I picture like the Easter Bunny or somebody to
Yeah,
sound
she was
like that. I
definitely
don't
kind of
know.
mousy.
But like she played the keyboard. She had like it was I don't know what it's called,
I
but
don't either. It's
it's
like a
like a
guitar, but a
keyboard but a
keyboard.
guitar that she wore. Like she was really good. I think that's one of my like biggest things about Atlanta that I love is there's so many venues to see people who are up and coming. And I mean some of the like we use TickPix a lot and some of the best concerts we've been to I found on TickPix like last minute. Like Jordy that I paid like $15 a ticket for or
And
something.
Jordy loves me. It says so on my wall. He's framed in a harness on my wall
He
that
did sign
says
your record.
"Love you."
So she was really good. We have other like we're going to see one of our favorites, like Street Dive, coming up.
I'm so excited for that.
We're also going to see Maren Morris, which I'm excited for. Nikki Glazier.
That'll be fun.
We have some trips coming up to Nashville to see our girl Cam. We saw
Oh,
her
I'm
in
so
concert
excited for
before,
that too.
and she's just amazing. So when I found out, I didn't think she was going to do a tour, and so when she last minute when those tickets popped up, we got tickets to see her. We're going to
And
see
then we scrambled to find a hotel room because she's not in Atlanta.
there's that. It was real quick. Leanne Rhymes. Yeah, so I think there's even more that I'm forgetting, but so concert season's kind of beginning for us. We went to a lot of concerts a couple months ago, and that's kind of tapered off. So that's exciting. Except for any of our friends who are asking to do things over the next month, because every weekend they're like, "Hey, let's go out of town, let's do this," and we're like, "Sorry."
No, we're finished or we're available like the first weekend in December, but then after that we're
Then it's
traveling and
Christmas, and
right. So
then we'll be at Mardi Gras,
right.
and yeah. Okay, and then I would say buying everything pumpkin everywhere I go for
He
sure.
does that.
I'm really excited to go to Trader Joe's, and I hope they have pumpkin kringle this year because my mouth is watering for it. PSLs, of course. I'm very
Blech.
excited for that. Anything spooky? We already have all of our stuff up around here.
Including
Looking,
a blow mold outside of our door that we got from at home last year for like $2.
there's that. So it's lighting the hallway.
Yep.
And I think just sweater weather. I've missed my hoodies. I'm ready for some hoodies for sure because I love a Birkin shorts and hoodie moment.
Do you want to say one more time?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm probably not any better, but I noticed a lot of ums in that little segment.
Can we go back to my not today and I'll just put Dustin on there? That'd be great. Thanks.
Wow. So some of mine are gonna be apple cider everything because I'm not a pumpkin girly. I'm more of an apple cider. So especially in mimosas. I do love going to the little pumpkin patch and picking out pumpkins though. I just don't want to I'll eat the seeds, but I just don't want the pumpkin spice. I think it's the spice stuff more than it is the pumpkin itself. I'm just not a big spice that kind of spice person. Heat different story, but that kind of spices I'm just not a huge fan of. I've seen on TikTok there's a lot of like apple orchards around that I would think would be kind of fun to go to and
Yeah, that'd be
pick
fun.
a little apple and make our own. And we did buy that amazing juicer that destroyed the kitchen the last time. We could try to make our own apple cider.
Did we not throw the juicer in the trash?
No, it's still above the refrigerator in the cabinet.
Oh, I told you to throw it away.
I was gonna give it another shot.
Oh, it's cute. I love that for you.
We'll see how it goes with the apples.
I also could just walk to Kroger and buy some apple juice.
But that's not as cute as holding my hand through the apple orchard and picking our apples and then coming home and
Well, maybe we'll do that, and the apple orchard will just sell fresh apple cider from their apples, and we won't have to destroy the kitchen yet again.
true, because it did make a mess when we tried to make orange juice, and it wasn't good. It was bitter as hell. I don't know if
It
it's the
was
oranges we
really
had.
bad.
I don't know what happened, but I don't recommend it. If y'all know how to use a juicer, clearly we didn't do it correctly. But like, even at Sam's, they were doing fresh orange juice, and he just threw the whole damn orange in there.
Yeah,
Maybe we just had the wrong oranges. I don't
maybe
know,
because we bought a Bobo juicer.
or that it was.
Well, I wanted one from Williams Sonoma, but I wanted to make sure that I can commit to juicing before I throw that kind of money out there.
And at this point,
So we bought
we're
one of
not.
Ollie's instead.
Right. But it had like
It had good
4.8
reviews.
star reviews.
Right. It's on Amazon. So
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. Maybe we'll give it another whirl. I'm also excited about hiking again because we have not hiked since we've lived here because we were trying to get settled and then it became blistering hot and I don't like the heat that much. So we did not hike. We haven't hiked since we've been here. But apparently there's a lot of amazing places to go hiking around here. So I'm excited to do some of that. And then, of course, some Beltline days because even though it's a little bit cooler out, the boys are still boying on the Beltline.
they're always boying.
And I'm not mad at it. They can still run shirtless while I'm sipping my martini.
And if we go to Lingering Shade, I can get a pumpkin spice martini.
Shocker. How many more times are you going to mention pumpkin spice?
Wow. What's the other drink we liked about apple cider in with the ginger beer?
A mule?
Yeah.
Although I don't know. I think I
They're kinda
muled
sweet.
myself out when mules preferred. There I go again.
Just like when Truly's came out, and we drank them nonstop on the lake, and now just the thought of it makes me want to
Yeah.
vomit.
Yeah, we used to drink Moscow mules all the time, and then now the thought of it, I'm just like, ooh, do I have to? I don't know. I still I want to enjoy them. I still think they're good, but I just can't. Really
Apple cider
do
rum
much.
is more the way to go.
Yeah, and that's still just a waving of the apple cider over the champagne.
Yeah, there's that.
I'm also excited for Georgia Mountain wineries and breweries because we have not experienced the Georgia Mountains yet. We've heard those are good. Not so much the wineries, but some of them are somewhat decent, I guess.
Also, if we plan accordingly, we probably could see some of our old neighborhood friends,
True, because they are in.
like borderline Georgia mountains. They're just on the North Carolina side.
Okay. So, yeah, that is not far. Oh, because they were down a couple weeks ago, but we were busy and couldn't make it up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also excited because Atlanta does it right, hopefully. I'm excited for Atlanta Pride because it's in October, so hopefully it'll be a little cooler but not cold. So I'm excited to experience our first Atlanta Pride because last time we were in Atlanta, but we had other things going on and didn't realize that it was Atlanta Pride, so we did not end up going. So I'm excited for actually experiencing Atlanta Pride because I know a lot of people from all over, especially all the Charlotte gays, would come to Atlanta for Pride. So I'm excited to see what that's about and how it is different from Charlotte because we didn't enjoy Charlotte Pride.
No, and some of the Charlotte gays can stay in Charlotte. They don't need to come to Atlanta.
That's true. We don't need to see them. I am a little worried about seeing some of those tragic queens
that posed as our friends.
Right.
Well, bless their hearts.
Bless their little hearts. Do you have anything else to wrap up summer?
I don't think so. I think it was a really good summer exploring the city and getting to do things that we haven't really experienced. There's a lot of good food. A lot.
A lot.
My waistline can tell you that.
Right.
So I'm excited about more hiking for sure because we were like super active. I mean, we walk a lot of places now, but work's
But then
been
when
really
we
crazy
supplement
for
that
us.
with food and drinks, it kind of
Yeah.
And at least we still walk there, but it kind of
like in girl math, I'm like, oh, it's fine. I walked here, but
right.
So no, I'm excited for the hiking piece.
Yeah, and we do need to get back into all the things of exercising, and you've done a lot better than I have.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's just
our
been
gym
insane.
here is great, which I do love that. So I'm trying to use that as much as possible. But
Yeah,
life's just been crazy.
You've done way better than I have, and I need to get better at that. I just need to find time in my day that seems to be like 12 hours here lately.
Well, also when it's cooler out, we can take the dogs, and so then
True.
we don't feel so bad because it's more of a family activity.
True. All right, well, I guess that's a wrap for summer then, and we'll move on to some tasty stuff with our Bite of the Week. All right, so for Bite of the Week, we've talked about this place before, but every time we see them, I'm always going to mention them. So it's Fidela's, who is is he like a Mexican food, street food
Yeah, I think so.
vendor. So we saw him a few weeks ago at our favorite wine shop. Um, so the first time we were introduced, we had amazing oysters,
Oh,
and
was
then
over the summer.
it was over the summer.
How
So
fitting.
right, how fitting that we forgot about it until now. So he had these amazing oysters and char grilled them, and also had the raw, and they were phenomenal. And we've had him a few times since then. But this last time when he was at the wine shop, and we asked him, we were like, okay, bro, your food's really good, but I also need some of your oysters. He was like, it's really tough for me to do if it's just myself. And here lately, we've just had a lot going on, and it's just been me that's been able to come. So I haven't been able to do oysters. He was like, but I'm coming in a couple weeks, and I promise you I'll have oysters. If I don't have oysters, you can stone me in front of the shop. I was like, all right, deal. I will take you up on it because his oysters were that good. So we get there super early because we did have Debbie Dawson to go to.
Yeah, like it was crazy. Like we had to take off work early
Yes,
to ride the MARTA there to sit and wait for this food to make sure that we could then get an Uber to Little Five Points. It was a busy night, but it was
it's a busy
totally
night.
worth it.
So like he saw us walk up and was like getting all of his stuff together. He was like, "Hey guys," he was like, "I've got some good stuff for you." We were like, "You better." And so we went inside and got a bottle of wine and sat and let him finish setting up. And one of our friends that works at the wine shop, she walked out there and she was like, "So the boys are wanting those oysters," and he says that you gave him permission to stone him or stone you if you don't have them. He was like, "Oh, I remember, and I'm still am willing to live up to it." He was like, "But I don't have to worry about it because I brought oysters." And let me just tell you, they were worth waiting for.
They were fucking
They
massive.
were
I've
massive.
never had oysters that big, but they were like, usually I'm scared of oysters that big,
Same.
but they were delicious.
They were good because I was a little nervous when I saw how big they were because we're still new to the oyster game. Like it's only been a couple years, and I mean
Yeah.
we don't eat oysters all that often. Um, but we will try them, and his oysters are always good. So I was a little nervous because I usually don't go for the bigger oysters. I like the small, delicate, sweeter oysters. But he does this cilantro oil and shrimp ceviche.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so damn good. I don't know that it was the best decision to have those for dinner while we were going to go out drinking at a
There's that.
concert, but everything ended up fine.
We had some empanadas, the two
We
that
did
I mean,
have
literally, I've never had anything from him that was not amazing.
it's all as the song is on right now, 10 out of 10. He's
Yeah,
definitely 10 out of 10.
legit. But he also now is popping up at the Chambly Farmers Market
And Dunwoody
and
Farmers Market.
Dunwoody. So I suggest you to go and follow him and see where he's at. The only thing that we probably haven't had from him is breakfast tacos, but I think he's just started that for
Yeah, that's going to make me get up in the
the
morning to go to a food or a farmer's market to get a breakfast
yeah
taco for him.
yeah. So yeah, we need to check them out. But he's great, and
And
he's
he's
just
so
he's I was
nice.
gonna say he's literally the nice guy ever. And he had on a
Gay old plant shop.
yeah, which our
Used
friends
to be
own. So
Plant Daddies.
yeah,
RIP them. Not
just
them, but to their business.
yeah. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
They're still keeping up with their business. It's just not going to be a brick and mortar.
Yes, but they have a new business plan coming out that's going to
Yes.
be in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
that's exciting too. So also go follow them.
Yeah. They have amazing plants. We've got a little fern. It's called a fern, but it doesn't look like a fern. I don't know. She's kind of weird, which is why we got her. But she's living her best life here too. She's grown quite a bit since we've gotten
Yeah,
her.
and they're like the nicest guys ever.
They are. They're in a throuple,
Yeah, they are
which is fitting for us to throw out their business.
for sure.
But they are super nice guys.
Their store right now is in
Canton.
Canton, which is also there's a lot of cute stuff there in Canton, not far from
Yeah.
them too, like a brewery and like antique shop and like a little mill type of
Yeah. I think it's
vibe.
called like the Mills or
Something mill.
something.
Okay, that's cute.
It is cute.
All right, so my bite of the week would be we started a new like meal box delivery service, which is Home Chef. We've done HelloFresh several times over many years, and we were
Until
big fans.
Ben gets blacklisted from it.
I did get blacklisted from them. Apparently, they didn't like as much as I complained about some things. Mainly, it was because their Asian dishes they never sent enough ginger for,
And we
and
love ginger.
we love ginger. But like, I wasn't saying I didn't want a handout or anything. All I was saying was just please increase the ginger. And then we had them for several years. We did them all through COVID because you couldn't get groceries, so just deliver it. And then I got an email from them one day that said I was blacklisted and no one that lived in my address would ever be able to receive them again. So, surprise, we moved and
Right. Sorry to the lady
signed
that
back
bought our
up.
house.
Yeah, sorry, girl. You're never going to get them.
I don't think she was a HelloFresh cooker
Yeah, I
anyways.
doubt that.
Not our most recent house. This was the house before that.
So, when I got HelloFresh here, I just really wasn't that impressed with it. Like, it was okay, but it wasn't great. So we all know that I'm a huge Gordon Ramsay fan. So when I saw that he was going to be pairing up with Home Chef, I decided to try it out. And the meals have been really, really good.
They have been really good.
I've been really surprised. We did a chicken pot pie and some type of burger. It was a spicy burger.
A spicy burger.
And we did one other meal, but those two were Gordon Ramsay, and they were really, really, really good. I think you probably saw Dustin post about the chicken pot pie because we didn't have bowls for it, so then we had to order bowls to be delivered that were oven safe. It was a whole situation.
Because y'all know we're gay and we need to be extra about everything. We could have made
it had to be white bowls,
right? Of course, it can't be anything else. They need to be white. I mean, we could have made it in a loaf pan, is what the other suggestion was, but I'm not doing that.
That is not Instagram worthy.
No.
It was really delicious though, and as you all know, I'm a huge MasterChef fan. So anytime I get to cook any of his recipes, that helps me live my MasterChef life. So, I would suggest you trying that. I'm really excited about some meals of his that we have coming up in the following weeks.
But are you going to be able to prepare them in the time that he says that you can prepare them? I'm going to set a timer next time. Since you want to be on MasterChef.
Bitch, it can take you like 3 hours to make.
We're not talking about me. We're not talking about me.
Wow.
You say you are living your best MasterChef life. So you get to be put under the timer.
Wow. We were watching MasterChef Duos. If you didn't watch it, it was really, really good season. And we just finished it today. And we always talked about like some of the couples that would be like fighting and screaming at each other.
That would be us.
Yeah, it probably would be. Like not like ugly, just like move, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Especially like if you watch MasterChef Duos, there's one challenge where they have a wall between them and they have to cook the same exact dish and it has to be plated the same exact way. And
but there's a big ass wall between them, so they can't see each other. They can't really talk to each other other than screaming over the wall. And there's one like older Asian lady that had a very loud voice.
Yes.
So she dominated that screaming part. Yes.
And she was in love with Gordon Ramsay. Like she flirted with him hardcore. I was loving it.
It was amazing.
I just imagined that the whole time Dustin just would have been like, "God damn it, Ben!" That's all I would have heard over the wall, probably.
And my water wouldn't have been boiling by the time the timer went off.
Correct. But you want to talk about me?
I'm not trying to be on MasterChef.
Anyways, we have some good meals that were actually just delivered today that are Gordon Ramsay.
And the delivery service is much better. They actually brought it to our door.
Yeah, HelloFresh would just leave it randomly in our
the
building.
Parking lot.
And, like I'd have to go search for it, and I would complain to them, and they'd be like, "Sorry, good luck finding it." And I'm like, I paid too much to then have to go on a wild chase around the building. But apparently they did that to a lot of people because we got some emails saying that food had spoiled and was stinking up the hallways. But it's probably because nobody knew where the food boxes were.
That's true. Because they were in the most random places in the building.
They just don't care.
They don't care. So,
oh well.
We've enjoyed, what's this one called?
I think Home Chef.
Home Chef.
They also gave me a binder to put all recipes in, which I was very impressed with. HelloFresh could care less. And this food service includes everything. So like even just the tiny pack of sugar, you're getting it. Where HelloFresh would be like, nah, bitch, go get your own sugar. Good luck.
Which doesn't sound like a big ordeal, but it's nice to have it already pre-portioned out and not have to, because we don't use sugar in a lot of things. Like so trying to find it in the...
might would have, but like butter we may not always have, or I don't know.
I
just feel like helpful. If I'm spending that much money, I shouldn't then have to stock my fridge with things to pair with it.
Yeah.
Unless it's wine, and I can handle that.
Because we always have that on hand.
Correct.
I also appreciate with this new box that it tells you ahead of time that you're going to use multiple ingredients throughout, like the same ingredient for multiple steps. Like HelloFresh would say it, but it would be like, in the description, and it's something that because of my manic episode in the kitchen, I would forget, and I would use the whole jalapeno in something, and it was needed for like 3 other steps after that.
Like HelloFresh would be really, really bad about saying cut up the lime in
Right.
little tiny squares to squeeze, and then at the end of the recipe, it would be like, oh, use the lime zest. So then I'd be like cutting my fingers trying to zest little tiny pieces of a lime.
And that's why there was fingernails in the zest. I'm just
Probably.
kidding.
You're welcome.
I'm just kidding.
Little crunch.
So,
JK.
anyways, we've enjoyed the food service through. Yeah. You've said it 4 times, and I still don't remember. Home chef.
Home chef.
There you go. All right, friends.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this shit show of an episode.
As it usually is.
Literally, we were out the other night, and we saw one of our friends, and she had her daughter with her, and we were talking about podcasts, and she was like, tell me what your podcast is about. And we were like, it's a shit show.
It's a shit show.
She was like, no, really, what's it about?
A shit show.
A shit show.
She's like, but no, what do you talk about? I was like, just life, and we go off on random tangents. And
I was like, it depends on how much we've been sipping on is the outcome.
And the pickle martinis are pickling tonight.
They're pickling. Or as you would say, they're dickling.
Fuck off. On that note, thanks for listening. Subscribe, follow, comment, share with us your favorite summer memories from this past summer. Click all the things, do the ding-a-ling-a-ling-ling thing. Send us your love. We'll talk to you at some point.
Bye, friends.
Bye.